Today we are celebrating here a special day called Makar Sankranti. For the information of the foreign Sahajogis, I will explain to you what it means. माझे आजच्याशी बोलून घेते इंग्लिशमध्ये, मग तुमच्याशी मराठीत बोलेन. It means today is the day the sun crosses over from the Tropic of Capricorn to the Tropic of Cancer. It's a very big day for us because now during the summertime we have the harvest and we look forward to the rain and so many things that happen in every country. The sun falls at right angles in this country during the summer season. And so we welcome the sun. We eat something that you must have eaten already, what we call as til and jaggery. It is to prepare your body and your mind, to give it sufficient heat to receive the sun. Because if you are living in the cold season, then all your body, mind becomes lethargic and you become also sometimes very lazy about things, in the sense that the day is so small that you cannot achieve many results. So the body has become cold, as we call it. We take these things which give us heat, so body is prepared to receive the heat of the sun, to welcome. To overcome the inertia set in by the cold weather, and also to invigorate the body strength, tuned to the sun, people take to all these ways of greeting you by which they give you something that is heat creating in the body. But it has another very subtle expression which I find is this, that when they give you these, they say, now you take til and gur and you say things which are sweet. Because when you are taking til and gur, your body gets heated up and you become right-sided person. When you become right-sided person, you seldom speak sweetly. So it is a contrast that they give you a thing to heat you up so that your body gets heated up, but you must speak sweetly. So there's a warning that you are eating all these things, but that doesn't mean now you ride on a big horse of ego and start slashing everyone. It's a very subtle thing to understand that when we become temperamentally right-sided, we are so much covered by our ego that we do not feel that we are hurting others by what we say. If there are two egoistical people, they can manage among themselves. But if there's one egoistical and another one who is subdued, then the subdued will be finished. That's why they say today is the day when we start speaking very sweetly. Even if there's some enemy or somebody who is not friendly with you, or there has been some misunderstanding, this is the day we say that, all right, take this and say something very sweet. Talk sweetly to each other. But today only I think I received a letter from a Sahajogini which was so full of harshness that I was surprised that I should receive it today. Not to me, but some other Sahajogi. So one thing today we have to decide and take a vow that to another Sahajogi we are not going to speak harshly. And talk to him in a way as if he is an ordinary person. Now supposing he is a leader, then there is more reason than you should respect. And if he is a senior leader, then there is more reason that you must respect. The first thing one has to learn that we have to respect. Now the sun is so much respected in this country that in early morning time all the people get up and say namaskars to Surya with all his names and do a particular type of exercise to show that they are completely surrendered to the will of the Surya. When you do that, then the ego doesn't come in. Now the sun, when he shines here, it gives you a feeling that you have to be active, you have to work very hard. As a result of that, you might develop ego. But when you develop ego, then it surrounds your brain completely. And when the brain is surrounded with ego, you do not know which way to go. You do not know what is right, what is wrong. You do not have any discretion and no direction. You do what you please, whatever pleases ego. And this is a day when we celebrate it in a way to surrender ourselves to the Surya, to the sun, which is, as you know, is the residence of Sri Lord Jesus Christ. He resides on the sun. So how humble he was. How humble he was residing on the sun. The more you live on the sun, there should be much more humility. Of course, I must say in India, people are humbler. But still, the quality of sun can make you extremely arrogant and very unpleasant person. This unpleasant person can really ruin all kinds of good relations. But the worst thing that happens to us is that we lose our integration. Because when we say harsh things to anyone, we feel guilty, so we have another problem. Our heart feels bad, our liver feels bad, everything is upset. And thus, we feel absolutely disintegrated. And disintegrated is a sign of our not evolving at all, or we should say devolving. Disintegration is such a common thing that we see in ourselves. We see that we fight with our ego, then we fight with our superego, then we fight with our heart, with our emotions, and all the time we are fighting within ourselves. So at least within ourselves we should speak sweetly on this day. Then we can start speaking to others very, very sweetly. Now some people think to speak sweetly is a sign of weakness. In some countries people believe that if you speak to someone sweetly, it is a sign of weakness. It is the greatest strength of a Sahaja Yogi to speak to others with respect, with proper protocol and with proper understanding. Now, because of arrogance, people also forget what is their situation is. And this indiscreet temperament gives you no sense of direction. You move in every direction and you don't know where you are going. As long as your ego is satisfied, you go ahead with it, and by the time you discover that you have really become a Humpty Dumpty, you do not know what you have done to yourself. So the best way to conquer your ego is to speak sweetly first of all. It's such a small thing to be done, but it brings you to that synthesis of character within yourself, first of all, and to the synthesis of all the beautiful principles of life. Like you talk to somebody sweetly, the person may like you, he may tell you something which he may be knowing, which of a very great importance for you. If you talk to somebody sweetly, then you may get the peace of mind because you have given peace to another person. Whatever you give to another person, that you feel within yourself. But if you are quarreling with another person, actually it is the reflection of your quarreling nature within yourself. Today there is a big dearth and big cry and big organizations working out the peace missions. The peace mission is within yourself. Let us start, all of us, the Sahajogis who are great saints sitting here, decide today that we are going to make peace with ourselves and with others. But first and foremost thing, the peace cannot be made with quarrels. You see, like America and Russia want to decide it with missiles, the peace part. They say, let's fight out. As many as will remain, then they can live in peace. Let us, all those who are fighting, kill each other. They think this is the solution of the problem. It's the other way now. Let everybody live peacefully within themselves and give peace to others, so that this peace will become a nucleus for the peace of the world. So your great task today is to establish a great source of peaceful people. We are so many Sahajogis here. You are sitting in complete peace and happiness and joy. You don't know. You are emitting all that peace, channelizing it and doing it. But still, there are some who are suffering from horrible ego and with hurt ego. And they are trying to do some things which they should never do, is to think just now. If you are thinking just now, you will not register what I am saying. Because this is another quality of a person who is ego-oriented, is not to register. You may say anything you like, but they don't hear. They hear what they want to hear or they don't hear. So, this is another thing we have to today decide, that we'll register things than to tell out. Let us register. This is a sign of a character that wants to know more. The criteria of assent is synthesis and integration. A person who is not integrated with other Sahajogis is not a man who has ascended. Who starts to divide and talk of divisions, we the English, we the Germans, we the Indians, then they are not Sahajogis. They are Indians, all right, but not Sahajogis. Sahajogis have no caste, creed or nationality. We have to carry our passports only because we are born in this jail. So we have to carry our criminal number. But actually you don't need it. You don't need all those things. Now, for us today to decide, first of all in our hearts, that we'll take to peaceful methods. When we are traveling, we'll be taking to peaceful methods. Anybody who is trying to provoke you or trying to create a problem or divide you on any issue whatsoever, run away from that person as fast as possible. Anybody who talks of peace, the peacemakers, stick on to that person. Then only you will understand that you are also getting peace. Here you have come to get peace, not to create problems or to listen to your problems, but to get to peace. Peace is a nature or is the quality of your spirit. So once you jump onto your peace, somehow what happens that you go beyond the cause and the effect. You are beyond the cause and the effect. So the cause disappears and the effect also disappears. So today we all have come here to worship the peace, the within and the without. Let us be peaceful people. Let us not join groups who hate, who talk big, who want to hate one person, want to create a group who says we the Americans or we the this. Just in Sahaja Yoga, you must learn from people who have advanced, who have very much progressed. For example, I would say among all the Europeans, Australians have done very well. There's nothing to feel jealous. All right, if Australians have done well, all right, that's your glory. So ask them how they have done it, how they have worked it out. Tomorrow may be that Americans, I wish that very much, may do the best. So then you should ask them, how have you done so well? That's the way we are going to live. We are not going to compete. We are not going to be jealous, but we are going to absorb all that is best. This is Sahaja. It's the other way around. Like if they discover something, a pilotless bomb, then they will discover something else which is a machineless bomb. No, it is another one. We develop a mind which absorbs everything. And then we develop a bigger mind which gives everything. There is no secret in surgery. Everybody who has known something better, has had some good experiences of surgery, should tell. But then in ego I have seen people start preaching that, all right, this method you try, that method you try. There's no need to do that also. Because of lack of discretion. If you had discretion, you would have known that this is not to be done. What is not to be done in Sahaja Yoga is not to be done. But how will you know when you have no discretion? Like a lost sheep. So then you have to see how your mother would act at such a position. And then I am sure you'll go beyond the cause and the effect. So today is a day, I should also not say anything that is in any way hurting to anyone. And I'm trying to make you smile and laugh, but you are so serious. So, today we decide on peace. Peace with ourselves, peace with others. And that is how we worship the Son, Christ, the one who was the emblem, who was the absolute practical symbol of that peace. And once you understand this, I'm sure you will try to follow that instead of hitting everybody, getting angry with everybody. Just forget all this. You have come here to ascend, and your gain is your gain. Your fighting is not your gain. Remember that. Your quarreling is not your gain. The gain is the peace that you have achieved, the love that you have developed, the compassion that you can emit, the amount of relationship and the rapport you can penetrate into others. This is your gain, which we have to receive today, a mind, a heart like a lion, and not chicken-hearted people, not people who would be angry and this, to boast of your anger. These days are gone. We boast of our peace, we boast of our contentment, we boast of our glory, and we boast of our state. And that is the state where we are now in the kingdom of God. May God bless you.